love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took. No show.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Of course, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
What's up, Killer?
How you doing today, man?
Chilling, man. Looking at this book I read.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? One and done.
One and done, yeah.
By Ohio niggas. This is what we do, nigga. We write chapters. We write chapters, man. Shout out to Big Mo, Maurice Clarett. This is his book. Make sure y'all go support that. It's called One and Done, man. If y'all been following the show, y'all know he's been a staple every week with college football and all the other advice that he gives us, and not to mention just his story, period, of what he's been through, the trials and tribulations, and also the success. So make sure y'all go get the book, One and Done. Before we start the show real quick, I got some good news for y'all, talking about y'all two, and I got some bad news.
You got bad news. Yo,
I'm just saying,
you started show off with you got bad news for us.
I'm just saying, I got good news and I got
What's
bad.
the bad
Can you start
news?
the bad?
No, we gotta start with the good news. That's one thing always say. The good news.
So right, you got bad news.
The good news is that the Ant-Man's arrived. The Anthony Edwards sneakers, they arrived. Shout out to Ant-Man. Cecil, big shout out to Cecil. He just won the award too. It's a he's something under agent. I don't know the exact title. Whatever's under an agent, that's what he is. So congratulations to Cecil. The bad news is
they only had your size.
They only said one pair.
I know it's all of me.
We wear the same size. So they only said one pair of the new Ant-Mans. And I didn't know if y'all want to flip a quarter for it or how y'all want to do it.
I knew that, right? I knew it from all of them. I knew when he said some bad news.
Listen, man, I don't know what this Cecil for and Ant-Man for, but these are the new Ant-Mans. Can you get a solo so we can show them? The new Ant-Mans, they're coming out in, I believe, 2 weeks. They also invited us all to Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this Saturday or next Saturday, but we got courtside seats if we want to go to Minnesota. The works, they're going to lay out the pink carpet for us, and it's going to be crazy if we want to go. So thank you so much to Anthony Edwards' agent, my man Cecil, Anthony Edwards. These are the new Ant-Mans. What I'll do to make it fair is I'll leave them in the studio until everybody's sneakers arrive, so I won't cheat anybody. But big salute, these are the sneakers. Make sure y'all go support Ant-Man. And I told you what to do to sell the sneakers. Nigga, after the dunk, nigga. So I just want to share that with you guys,
good
man.
news.
Yo, what's the pink carpet? What's the pink carpet?
Oh, when I go, they roll the pink carpet out for me, nigga. I don't do the red carpet, nigga. When I pop up, nigga, they roll the pink carpet out.
I'm the wingman, so I heard you say the pink carpet, so I want to make sure.
What you want, the blue carpet?
No, I want to make sure they know that.
Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you what's your color. I'll make sure they got your color, too. They lay the pink carpet out when I pop up, man.
Well, shout out Ant-Man. And then, of course, today we are joined with our football analyst, Maurice Clarett.
Mo, what's up, man?
Mo is good.
How you?
No, the season switched. I'm the basketball expert now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you ain't ready, murder.
Okay, Mo.
Because at the end of the day, Mo, you had a good season. But you had a good college season because you kept picking different teams. But Mo kind of won the championship at the end.
Not necessarily, Killer. Now
Is Georgia in it?
Hey, Killer.
Or Oregon Ducks in it?
Michigan is in it.
That's wild.
You see there's an M on that hat, right?
That's wild, bro.
You see there's an M on that
shit
helmet,
right there,
Paul.
Ray. That is wild, bro.
I'm letting you know, we still here.
Hate these fucking headphones, man.
Yo, but Mo, you know what I'm saying? I want to tell you thank you, for being here all these weeks, 12 weeks in a row. You've been very, very consistent. And shout out to you and everybody in Ohio. And thanks for Cam for actually, Cam was the one that said that we should bring Maurice Clarett on here. So, give him props.
Yeah, Mase said we need OJ. I said we need Maurice.
Yeah.
That's how it went. So, so thank you, man. And make sure y'all go pick his book up. And like I said, we play a lot of games up here and we have a lot of fun. But thank you so much for everything you've done for the show, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you all the time, thanks for having me. I tell you like this, I'm being serious. This is probably the coolest and funnest part of my week. Every week I look forward to it, man. And I just enjoy that y'all have me on.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, well, Mo, don't thank me yet. Back to business. Pause.
Mase, you out, bro.
Yeah.
You can say Michigan all you want. You can say,
don't thank me yet.
bro. You just be doing sound. What this man say? You ain't got no opinion.
Don't thank me yet.
You can't hear him?
Yeah, don't thank me yet.
That man just do sound. He heard you all week. He ain't got no dog in the fight. Him, not Nick.
Who?
Him right there who do
I
put
don't
your
know that nigga. Nah, just playing.
Everybody heard you all. So let me get this straight, just to be clear. You Michigan right now.
Oh man, I'm not going with nobody right now. I'm trying to see who qualified for Titletown.
All right, bet. Say no more.
Yeah.
So as we're switching gears into college basketball, let's start with the basics. So do you guys feel like the overall interest in college basketball has shifted from the 90s to the 2000s to now? What do we think?
You want to pause? You want the expert to go first, or you would like to go?
Go ahead. You start. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, since now they have they got overtime. You have the G League. You have so many various outlets for players that would be going to college that now is just seeming like there's many other options. Before you had to go either to the league or to college, and now with these two other options as well as going overseas, which makes it 3, you're now finding players that are not, the best players are not all in college. That's the start. And then the second thing is that with the monies that they can get other places, you're not going to have, I think we have seen the best of players being in college for a long time. We're never going to see that again. I don't think we ever see that again.
You want to go, Mo?
Yeah, no, I say the same thing with having a different to go, be it overseas. I remember, and I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments is going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember when LeVar Ball he tried to start like paying kids directly after high school, and then the NBA had basically allowed those same kids to come into their developmental league. And I tell you this, from being in the college basketball space for like 3 or 4 years now, a lot of these kids say the same thing. They say, like, if they're in college for more than 1 year, a lot of the kids feel like they fail. So, some of these kids may jump and go to Europe faster than what they need to, or some kids just end up bouncing around between colleges where they never stay and develop, which basically creates the culture for, the college teams that we probably remember from like the 90s and the 2000s. Hopefully I said a lot, but hopefully it made sense.
No, that was very good. No, we're not going to see the best college players, the best basketball players in college anymore unless it's for 1 year. Mm-hmm. Once Mo made a great point. Once you start staying longer than 1 year, you're looking at being suspect, so to speak. Like, you should what? Why that nigga there more than 1 year? It's funny, Mase put it in a round. We have 2 million songs that Mase won't release, but he put it in one of the rounds. he said, tell these joints I'm like Kentucky, I'm one and done. And that's how it is in college. It's just one of them situations where if you stay long, maybe 2 years just because you may want to win a title, but after 2 years, they start looking at the next high school player that's going to come in and do 1 year and leave. And Mase made some great points as well. It's too much other options. Even the G League is offering up to $500,000 to players coming right out of high school. Overseas is the option. Brandon Jennings, he's one of them people that skipped the whole process when you had to go to school for a year and said, I'm going overseas, grabbed $1.4 million, and then came to the NBA after that. People are finding a way to the bag, and that's why they created NIL. And as far as the 90s is concerned, it was no NIL. You know, me and Mo talked about it, and it wasn't basketball related, it was football related, how these kids sold their jerseys to buy their mother a Mother's Day gift, and then they get kicked out of school or suspended. In the 90s, you had to scrape and scrap and figure out how to sneak and get money. And look at Allen Iverson, his junior year, he pulled up in the 600 Benz. They put him under investigation. He said, "Well, I won't go here. I was trying to do John Thompson a favor. I could have got the fuck out of here. This 600 Benz is not going to damn place."
Yeah, for real.
And a lot of times in the 90s, it was like, I'm not going to say it was like important, but the best players stayed most of the time 4 years. Grant Hill 4 years, Christian Laettner 4 years. I think Jamal Mashburn did 3. Chris Webber did 2 years because he didn't want to be hungry anymore, and he knew he could be the first overall pick. A lot of times people stayed 4 years, and that didn't decrease your value when it was time to go to the NBA. Now staying 4 years definitely decreases your value.
Yeah, another thing I'm thinking about when it comes to college basketball is the same thing that happened with I think like with, you shouldn't equate these two, but marijuana charges. Like now that weed is legal, some people that was in jail for a long time, those charges should be changed. Just like if the Michigan Fab Five banner was taken because of kids getting money and now they doing NIL deals, they should give Michigan back their banner.
That's a great point. Absolutely. And what they'll say is, well, it was illegal then, but you're 100% right. And if you want to be technical, people who went to jail for weed skipped the line to get a weed license now because they felt that they did them wrong. If they went to jail for weed, now that weed is legal. And I know we're comparing weed to college and so on and so forth, but a lot of this stuff is comparable. But as far as now in the 90s, it was no big deal to stay for 4 years. In fact, a lot of the best players stayed for 4 years. It wasn't until Kevin Garnett, shout out to the big ticket.
Yeah, he
was the first one that actually didn't go to college from my generation that I remember.
Yeah, and
went straight to the NBA and then open the doors for people like Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, a bunch of other people.
Yeah, Maurice Clarett.
Right, exactly. For those type of people to get money directly. It's so many different variables in this question because now, like for instance, let's go to college football, for instance. And I know we're on basketball today or this particular topic, college basketball. But Mo, let me ask you this, or your opinion on this, and you as well, Mase. They're offering, so I'm hearing, they're offering Marvin Harrison Jr. $20 to $25 million to stay in college and not go pro. And that's what he would make in 3 years in a pro, as opposed to making that 1 year in college. Did you hear about this story? Do you have any details on it? And what would you do if you were him?
Yeah, I heard about it. It's going around town, and I don't know if they'll have 20 to 25 million for him. It's reasonable to say that they'll have 5 for him. And what it comes down to is that these collectives basically go out and raise money, and they see that he's a large part of basically the revenue that he could be bringing in next year. You have to figure the quarterback at the school, Kyle McCord, as soon as he lost to Michigan, he basically ran out of town. So I can see the collectives coming with maybe 4 or 5 million. You know, he had got $1 million from Rock for like 3 or 4 tweets over an energy drink. So I can see these guys helping to corral different brands around him where he'll get, 4, 5, 6, 7 million, something like that. I don't know if it's 20, 25 million. I don't know if that's correct. Right. That may have been somebody just put propaganda out there to drive value. But even if I was getting 5 million, would I stay in college? I mean, it's basically it'll be hard to say no. At wide receiver, you don't get beat up like running back. And if he left this year, he'll be a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick. And if he leaves next year, he'll be a top 5. But I will say this, right? I watched him at the Heisman Award ceremony. Obviously, we were all wrong because Jaden Daniels won. But when I looked at him and I seen his father and I seen the 2 little brothers during the acceptance speech, I was saying to myself, man, that's where I would want my son to be, because he's playing football for the love of the game and just to pursue excellence. And he ain't really going out here to play for money. Like he'll make a whole lot of money, and it's like very commendable to what Marvin Harrison Sr. had done and a mother had done to like kind of raise him. But I was like, man, if my kids play sports, I got 2 little boys, I really want them playing from that perspective, playing for the love of the game and not really for the money per se. And not that the money is wrong, but like you can just, how people want to change the generations of people up under them, and Marvin Harrison Sr. changed the generation of people up under him. And I don't know, I was admiring that about dude.
So you would stay?
I would say
Gotcha.
Money's no motivation. Like with him, he's not playing for money. His dad is a Hall of Famer. He played for a ton of years in the NFL, so
he's financially he's financially stable.
Yeah,
100%.
I would stay too if I didn't have to go to class. I wouldn't stay to go to class. And
I like that.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what's funny is that was my whole philosophy during high school. All I got to do is pass 4 classes in gym, and I don't have to go to gym because I'm on the team. So I never had to go to physical therapy. So we got homeroom. We know we definitely passed. Spanish class, we passed it because Miss Weber was super easy. I like math, so I'd always love math.
Yeah.
Social studies, no way. American history, I already knew that. Beat the shit out of us grunts. I already knew American history. Nobody wanted to go to Mr. Swager class. That shit was pause before pause was invented. I'm trying to remember my 4th class. I like that murder. They'll figure what?
English?
What, Mr. Swager?
Oh, that was your
No, Mrs. Rogers.
Mrs. Rogers.
I hated her class.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember what my 4th class was. It might have been English. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Mrs. Rogers.
It didn't have to be the basics. Homeroom ain't the basics, but it counted.
Yeah.
Our homeroom class was ridiculous. I don't even know why they had this homeroom class. This was like the wildest homeroom class I've seen in my life. But yeah, I like that murder. But I would say the more of the story is, that's why I asked Mo, because them numbers was circulating around. I'm like, that is a lot of money just to throw to a kid. But I'm
not against education, but if you paying me to come back, like I have to negotiate that. I'm not.
I am against certain education. I definitely am. I definitely think certain education is just a waste of time. Now, do you need to know how to count and read and write and know particular things? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You absolutely have to have a basic high school education, I would so to speak. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to college and you know what you want to do, when you get to college, absolutely. Look, we would have never found Stat if she wasn't in college. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't want, I say fuck college a lot because people don't know what they want to do when they go to college. They're just like, I'm going to college. What's your minor? I don't know. What's your major? I don't know. I'm just in college. I'm going to the football game this week. They don't know what the fuck they want to do.
They're spending over $500,000.
Yeah, because their parents could afford it, XYZ, but they have no idea what they want to do in life. They're just going to college to say they went to college. So if you're going to college, I don't want you to get the wrong idea and saying I'm not supporting. But if you know what you want to do and you need a degree to do that in life moving forward, I support it. Look, I won't say who. I have a family member with 6 degrees. Call me every 3 weeks for money. I got a GED every 6 damn weeks. Yeah, man, yo, man. You think you can help me out? Why don't you? That degree don't work no more. That shit run out. Like, yo, why do you keep calling me? What does it got an expiration date on your fucking degree? What are you doing with the degree that you went? You got You got a master's, you got a bachelor's, you got an associate, you got a so this degree and that degree. God damn, man, I got a GED. You know I used to get a kick out of?
Hiring niggas with degrees.
Yeah, no, not stat, but
Not
you know,
stat.
yeah, but you know, no, you deserve it. I'm not talking about stat. I used to get a kick out of hiring niggas with music degrees. When I was a CEO, well, I'm still my own CEO, but when I ran a company day to day, day in, day out, we used to hire people with music degrees because they went to school for 4 years music to come work for me that never went to school for music.
Yeah.
And think that you know the business and these people are teaching business. Oh, how many this you get? How many this you get? You know what I always hated, Murder, and you can relate when they sit there and tell you, oh, we're going to give you 13 points. I'm like, I can't go to the bank with points. What does that fucking equal? What is 13
What
points?
is the money amount?
Yeah. Like, I can't tell my landlord, well, I got 13 points. And I think that a lot of times people just like to say they go into school to say they go to school. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you may run into me. You may run into, what's my nigga who did Apple? You may run
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. You may run into Bill Gates. We all dropouts. You may run into us. You may run into the dropouts that was planning on a future while y'all was sitting there having fun and listening to these people that probably don't know as much as we know. Sorry.
I will just say though, I think college is.
My bad. This
Now
was
give the
nothing.
college shot.
I wouldn't have messed that without college because I went to colleges. Me and Kev, shout out to Kev in Miami. What we said is we wanted broadcast people who are major in broadcast to come work with us, and that's why I found stat. So college is beneficial sometimes. I'm sorry, stat, but
you're good. I just because I went to college, like right. I have to give my piece.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just think that if it's not for you, that's okay. I think college is the opportunity to find your own lane. Because I mean, originally when I was applying for schools, I thought I was going to be an engineer. I would have been, doing engineering, probably not in on camera. And I kind of found out what I like to do through college and through experiences. Right. That's also when I got to kind of travel more and see more of the world, which opened my eyes up rather than me not having that opportunity. But I also don't feel like you have to go to college if that's not for you, because people think if you go to college, you think you have to get a degree. I'm not saying that because it's not the right lane for everybody. That's what you figure out over time. But that was my experience. But not everybody else has great experiences. And I understand that.
And listen, me and Mase went to college. Yeah. Let me tell you something about college real quick. And I can't speak to being a student athlete to the level of
Maurice
Clarett.
Yeah.
But listen, I got to college and I didn't graduate high school. That's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit. That's what they do for you when you good. When you good, they'll make sure shit works out. I didn't even graduate. How the fuck did I get in college? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's how good I was. They made sure that I got into college. This is all the shiesty shit that goes on.
Yeah,
it was no reason I should have been in college whatsoever. I was in my dorm, niggas said, congratulations, hand me my GED. I said, nah, Murder, I'm keeping real. I said, nah. I said, GED, I said, nah, I gotta take the test at least. I took the test and I passed. I don't even know if I really passed. Because niggas already gave me the shit. So I'm sitting there like, this is fucked up. Another nigga, and Mo, you can speak to this, Dexter Manley, Washington Redskins and whatever other teams he played for, 15 years in the NFL, college graduate. As soon as he retired, he said, I can't read or write, right? What kind of shit is that?
That is true.
Yo, what kind of shit is that? Dexter Manley did 15 years in the NFL. He's a college graduate. And then when the shit was all over, he tells everybody, I can't read or write.
Yeah.
When you are an athlete, they'll make sure shit is good. Mo, speak about that a little bit, because I wasn't as good as you was, obviously.
No, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. How
does that work?
Hey, no, here's the irony, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all holding a book that say one and done. I'm part of the dropouts.
Yeah.
One and done. One and done. One and done. Yo, that's crazy, man.
That's what's up, man. I like that.
No, but No, but, so I'll say this. So, Stat, I ain't gonna leave you out there by yourself, right? So,
Okay.
I do believe in college for the. So, college is beneficial for the people who know what they want to do, right? For the people who focused and they came with direction, goals, and they're going. But for the mass majority, at the end of the day, college is a business, right? And I'll say that. And so they prey on people having to decide, like, it's even crazy to think a person would have to decide what they want to be for the rest of their life at 19.
Right.
Most people, before they go into their sophomore year, you don't even have the worldly experience to be like, yo, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I think college is predatory in that way. But in regards to the football players, and I talk about it all the time, I didn't get educated until I went to prison, but I talk about not letting the system take advantage of you. And you joking around, sort of like Dexter Manley, it's a story with a lot of people. And even when I'm talking now, and it's somebody in the studio who know me from back then, or who knows me now, and when you living in that phase and you uneducated and going through that system and everybody taking advantage of you, it's actually sad as to what happens to you. On the other side when you don't become educated and you go through all those years of football, basketball, track, or whatever sports you play, and then you come out on the other end an idiot. But that book is about that. How I came into the system. And when I was in the 12th grade, I couldn't pass my ACT. I took the ACT. I got like a 13 or a 14. Couldn't read real well, couldn't comprehend. And then I had a football coach, and he basically allowed me to cheat off the girl next to me and basically took the test for me. And then I basically got him to school. But after that, when I got to college, it was the same thing, just shuffling me around in classes to keep me eligible. But, that's the system. And that's basically what I try to speak up with guys and say, hey, man, you just can't allow them to keep on pushing you through the system, because at some point this stuff going to be done and you have to live the rest of your life. And if you choose to be an idiot, the joke will ultimately be on you.
Great point.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Great point. Okay. So in football, you have coaches who kind of become the personalities of the program. What do you think is the driving factor for basketball?
I don't know. We kind of said it a little bit earlier. You need superstar players, but as I think about it now, you won't get these superstar players unless you have enormous amounts of money. And so I'm not sure, like after hearing them two just even talk about it and thinking about it now, I'm not even sure college basketball can recover. Like I remember you would have back in the 90s and 2000s, you would have big personalities like Rick Pitino. You would have, what's the gentleman name from Georgetown?
John Thompson.
John Thompson. And you would have Mike Krzyzewski. You would have like these huge personalities with basketball. But I think to the point now, since you don't have these players and some of those coaches have aged out, I'm not sure that you can recapture, I guess, that nostalgia. I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of those coaches are no longer coaching. Like the people that people wanted to play for their whole lives. You know what I'm saying? I think that was another thing that made college basketball so great. It was some people's dream to play for Coach K or for Dean Smith, or what's the guy that came after him? He was really good too. But now I don't know if I'm really going crazy about playing for Hubert Davis. I don't know.
Y'all guys are great points.
Yeah.
Y'all basically said,
Jim Calhoun.
Yeah, Jerry Tarkanian. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all made y'all points. The only thing I'll say is rest in peace, Bob Knight. He just passed away. A lot of these people getting older and passing away, but you're right. Where's the Thurman player of college?
Yeah.
Y'all know Thurman. It's a nigga that you want to play for. Niggas who will hype you up. But y'all made great points on that.
So, Maurice, I kind of want to know how you got into the college basketball space, and what do you think are the similarities and differences between the basketball programs and football programs?
Yeah, so I got into it. My first entrance into college basketball, I was downtown Cincinnati here in Ohio, and Chris Mack, who was the head coach for Xavier at the time, I was downtown with my daughter. I was taking her to the ice cream shop, and he rocked up on me and tapped me on my shoulder and was like, "Yo, I seen your ESPN documentary. I liked it, and can you come spend time with my players, talk to them, share your experiences?" Because they had a lot of dudes who was from the hood, And the majority of the people who come and talk to me, the majority of it is like, hey, man, he's from the hood. He's been through some adverse situations and he's adjusted. Can you help to relate that to just the young kids? And so I spent time around the Xavier program, excuse me. And then when he went to Louisville, I went down to Louisville and spent some time with him there. But then what broke me sort of into the UConn program, it's a dude out of Queens, and he had been in trouble before. And we have a mutual friend through my brother, Coach Kimani Young. You know, he coaches for UConn. And one day they heard me speaking on a podcast, and then I ended up going up to UConn. But when I got up there, it was Dan Hurley. Obviously, everybody knew who his brother was, Bob Hurley, who coaches out in Arizona State. He was like, yo, man, just go in there and share your experience. And I shared my experience with him and things that he thought that I could do to help him. And then after I was done, he was like, look, I don't know what role that we have for you, but I just want kids to have contact with you, be able to ask you for advice. And I want you to come up here on a monthly basis. And that was like 2018 or 19. And then from there, they also had some young kids who was in trouble. Some of these little kids who end up going first round. And I don't want to share like their personal business, but some of these dudes are just getting in trouble in college and sort of just trying to figure out life, but then also not miss their opportunity. And I sort of like form relationships with these young guys. And that gave me just, you know, a different experience in college basketball, you know, being in the locker room, being in the meetings, sort of understanding how it works. And the similarities is that you have young dudes who come from inner cities who are trying to make it. That's a similar thing. The differences are with college football, you're dealing with 125 dudes. Basketball, you're dealing with 13. And so with all the basketball guys, I know their names, I know where they're from, I know their parents, I know like their personal stories and how they got here. I'm familiar with AAU basketball now, where I was never familiar with it before. And so it's more of like a personal thing with the basketball players in comparison to the football. So that's how I basically got into it. And I've been around them for about 4 or 5 years. You know, watched them when they was I don't want to say sorry, but where they weren't good to winning the championship. So I've been around it for 4 or 5 years now.
That's what's up, Mo, and congratulations. That's a real good work to do. So are you like, it seemed like you're a chaplain almost. So what is it, an advisor, a counselor? What is it?
Yeah, it's a combination of both. So there's a dude, his name is Mamadou Diarra. He's from, I don't know which borough he is. He's from New York, but he does all the player development, right? And so to me, sitting down with him and helping him to add structure on how he could grow and develop the young dudes inside the program. So, you know, I run a drug and alcohol facility, so I'm used to like just the formal infrastructure of counseling, right? So it's me giving him things that he can do with these young dudes, be it goals and objectives that he can basically monitor them to grow them, mature them, and then make sure that they're doing the right thing so they stay on track on the court. And that's what they athletic performance and a personal performance, just as like young dudes developing. Then when it comes to the coaches, I just, you know, I can talk to these young kids. Like, so when I'm there, like I'll talk to the young kids and there's things that they share with me and that they may not necessarily share with the coach because the coach is their authoritative figure who has everything to do with playing time. But they'll talk to me in a way as like, you know, this is what I believe the coach thinks of me, or this is how I'm interpreting what he's saying. And me, I talk so crazy, direct and straight. I can sort of give them feedback where they understand it's not biased. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, all these little young dudes, Jordan Hawkins, who's down there with the Pelicans, Andre Jackson, who plays with the Bucks. Like I know all these young dudes when they was coming up and helping these young dudes just to mature through life. Like that's kind of like my role. And I enjoy it. So, you know, like the coaching staff just lets me come. They let me be myself and work with these dudes, and I feel like it's like another cool thing that I do, and I feel like it's like my circle of life moment, giving back to just young guys in a way that I thought that I wish I would have had the same guidance, and that's just sort of like me giving back to sports in general.
That's really dope. That's
Okay.
really dope.
And then taking a look into memory lane, can you name your top 3 favorite college basketball teams of all time? What are we thinking right now?
Did you say teams or players?
Teams.
Oh,
Duke.
This is easy. Yeah, so number one for me, and I fell in love with college basketball, the '93 Michigan team, and I remember everybody probably loved that same team equally. That was the famous year when Chris Webber had called a timeout. That's one. Second one would be, I remember Rip Hamilton it was like the 98, 99 team when UConn was like really on their roll. And then the third team, I'm a little biased, but it's last year's UConn team when I seen these young dudes win the championship. That had like a special memory.
My favorite top three, my favorite three college teams of all time would be the Duke team with Hurley, Grant Hill, both of the Hills, and Leitner and a lot of people. And then even Lane was on that team. And my other team would be Fab Five, definitely. But my third team is a classic. It's the UNLV team with Larry Johnson, Stacey.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, that was my favorite team of all.
I didn't see this team play, but we have to go with UCLA 1972. They never lost a game ever. they didn't lose it in as much.
John Wooden.
Yeah, Kareem and them nigga. Lou Alcindor, pardon me, nigga. Let's get to Lou Alcindor. As much as I want to agree with you guys and say UNLV, because I was a UNLV fan. Larry Johnson, Anderson Hunt, Stacey Augman, Greg Anthony, they didn't get the job done. The Duke Blue Devils did, so I got to give it to the Duke Blue Devils in 1992.
Yeah,
and then I want to say Michigan, but they didn't.
They didn't get the job.
They didn't get the job done. So I will go with that Connecticut team with Rip Hamilton and them guys who got the job done. And then my last team. That's three, right? We said three.
Yeah.
Yeah, those would be my three.
Okay.
Who did you say again? You said, UCLA.
UCLA. I'm going with 1992. We go with 1992 Duke Blue Devils because Michigan couldn't get it done. And then we can, even if you want to go with the other Duke team who beat UNLV, see, we trying to keep it black. You're doing reverse racism. That's what you're doing. You are doing it. You're not going with what? You're going black socks and long basketball shorts. So
gambling.
Yeah, exactly. So if we go who beat, listen, I cried. Me and Mase and a few other of our teammates, and I'm not saying that's the only reason, a lot of shit was going on. You know what's crazy? Niggas say, somebody see a nigga in the comments says, yo, Cam is crazy. Niggas say, yeah, Cam is crazy. He had a boy in the 90s willingly. Like, on his... But in our high school team, what I was going to say was that we all wanted the longest shorts. We wore black sneakers and black socks because the Fab Five was doing that. Yeah. And we wanted, and when them niggas didn't get the job done, it was just disappointing, man. It was, because, Duke looked corporate. Duke was like, they had Grant Hill that was like, he was too light-skinned, so he almost was like Bobby Hurley, Christian Leitner. And look, I'm not racist at all, but when the white people beat you in basketball, it hurts. that shit hurt, man. Yeah. So when them niggas didn't win, I was pissed off. And the same thing with UNLV. Them niggas lost to the white people, to the white boys. And you gotta give them white boys they props. They bust them niggas' ass, man. Yeah. And that's why I bought them teams up. I knew I would go with the teams y'all said. Yeah. But no, they lost to Duke twice. So
what about the old Bannon brothers and them? UCLA? That was a good team.
Yeah, that was a good team.
That was a great team.
That was a great team.
Well, Maurice, thank you for being here.
We're going to do players. What about you?
You want to do? Okay. So name your top 3 college basketball players of all time. Who do we got?
My top 3 players of all time in college, I'm going to go Harold Miner.
Ooh.
Yeah, Harold Miner was crazy in college. I'm going Chris Jackson.
Ooh. You're thinking in the box. You're thinking in the box. You're acting crazy, man.
Yeah. And last, I'm going with Randolph Childress.
Damn, you went. Oh, you tried to go crazy. You tried to pull your knowledge out on niggas.
Childress was going crazy.
Yeah, Wake Forest.
Yeah, that one year he was going crazy.
Wake Forest, definitely. Damn, man, that was fucking great, man. God damn.
Those niggas getting crazy.
That was great. I don't even know if I could. Now I want to do my list over. That was great.
Who
man.
you had though?
I had Len Bias.
Yeah, Len Bias was
Len
crazy.
Bias was good. I had Lou Alcindor.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know that nigga went when they went 32-0, you gotta give him his props. And Len Bias, I was going Michael Jordan, but I don't want my list. I like your list. Yeah, you were in the trenches. You were in the trenches. I hear Bub over there saying Chris Jackson. Y'all know him as Zach Moore, but you were in the trenches. Randall Childress was crazy.
That was crazy.
I want to go Keith Smart and all that. I want to go that route, man.
You gotta find a player now.
My shit was commercial.
This was crazy.
My shit was too commercial. I like where you went.
And then Maurice, you got to name your top 3 players.
Yeah. So my first one is remember Jason Williams in college?
Yeah.
When he was at Duke?
Jay Will.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jay Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when I was coming up. Kenyon Martin when he was down in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I like you kept it Ohio. I like you kept it Ohio. Okay,
But then you remember these two was dominant. I couldn't pick one, but it was Vince Carter and Rasheed Wallace when they played on the UNC team.
Very true.
How you from Ohio? You ain't say Jim Jackson, yo.
Jimmy Jackson, baby. Columbus.
Come on.
Well,
man.
it all comes. Scooty Penn is my era.
Yeah, Scooty Penn. Shout out to Scooty. Scooty be on my page. Big shout out to Scooty Penn, man. Yeah, he showed a lot of love on the page.
Scoot is my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Scooty more my generation. Jim Jackson a little older than me.
Okay. Well, Maurice, thank you for being here.
We appreciate you, Mo. We'll see you next week. We're going to get to that Rucker Park shit next week, too.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Okay. We're going to go to break, and then when we return, we will talk about Draymond Green's suspension.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free.
Welcome back. So let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, the Warriors will play the Clippers. Underdog Fantasy has Steph Curry at 27.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Stephen Curry, of course, higher.
Higher.
Okay. Klay Thompson is at 2 assists. Do you have him higher or lower?
Yo, they just playing Klay Knight. Underdog don't got no respect for Klay. Yo, Nick, y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. Y'all disrespecting Klay Thompson.
Listen, I'm just going with the numbers.
Yo, you know what? For that to even be up there, I'm going lower.
Yeah. 2 assists.
Lower?
Lower.
Okay.
Well.
And Kawhi Leonard is at 6.5 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Kawhi?
Yeah.
6 rebounds, higher.
I'm going to go high as well.
Okay. Make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. The NBA has suspended Draymond Green indefinitely after a slap to Suns center Nurkic the other night. Management is now discussing counseling help. Does this decision make sense?
I ain't even hear it. I ain't know counseling was in the...
Yeah.
You know, that's when niggas don't want to break up with their girl. They be like, yo, I go to counseling.
I've never seen a nigga go to counseling.
I went to Did I go to counseling?
You ain't go to no counseling.
Nah, I think I threatened it. You went to counseling? See, when niggas don't want to break up, no niggas go to counseling. They try to figure it out. But look at his face, dead serious face. I think I
Did you cry in counseling is the question.
You say,
But did you cry though?
You sound like you look like you having a counseling flashback right now.
Nigga rubbing his eyes.
Yeah, nigga sound like you upset. So obviously this wasn't your idea.
No.
Okay.
It's never a guy's idea. Most times.
Right now, Sugar Doug is saying he'll go to counseling because when Sugar come here, Sugar be back tomorrow. We got to ask him. Sugar tells the whole story. We got to get Sugar's opinion why he wants to go to counseling to get his girlfriend back.
You go until you get the bill.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Get the bill, he gonna say,
you know what's crazy?
Why did we pay $1,800?
You know what's crazy? I got a friend of mine that's here right now in town. And they call and talk my head off all the time, and I tell them this shit costs. Consultation costs. Like when you help people out with problems for hours and hours and hours, this is why they get paid the big bucks. That's Murder. I think have you received money for consultation before?
Yes,
I already know what you're about.
My doctor fee is actually $800 an hour.
$800 an hour?
Yeah, for crisis counsel.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
You got a degree or you just an expert?
I got a degree.
All right, yeah, because I don't think, look, I'll talk to y'all and I ain't got no degree. I'm going to tell you shit that you probably don't want to hear, but it's going to be a fact. Look, God bless the dead. Jerry Springer be judges. All these niggas just get up there, no judge license or nothing. Jerry Springer wasn't an attorney, but I could do that shit. I could give you an advice if you want to take it and don't leave it. Cool, I'm going to let Murder manage me and see how much I should charge y'all niggas for the advice that I give all the time.
Like you was doing it on TV and you was actually doing it right.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But my thing is...
You haven't even went to school for it.
The thing about it is this. I know you, man, went to school for it, but we from the same block. I don't care what school you went to. We from the same block.
Like you don't know you.
You actually went. Nigga, we from Harlem in the 80s. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? Nigga got a degree now. You act like we ain't from the same block.
That's how niggas be too.
Exactly. But back to Draymond Green, look. I think that's the right thing to say. If it's the right thing to say, then absolutely. Like, is that going to change the fact? No. Because the problem is this.
I think he heard about niggas saying that he was a part of the Detroit
the 81. Don't compare him to the 2002 ones.
Now he's putting his foot on the gas about it. That's what I really think.
The problem, this, whatever the suspension may be, they say indefinitely because I believe they're thinking on a game amount and they don't want him to get dressed for the next game. But whatever the suspension amount be, could be career threatening to Draymond Green. And the reason I say career threatening, not because of the suspension, because of the way he plays. He may want to dumb it down. He may not want to be a physical. He'd be like, oh, I don't even want to go for a rebound because they're going to find me at XYZ. So he may need to change his game around to where if he has a hard foul, he may be indicted. Anything he does is on the microscope. Now, the thing about Draymond, and Draymond, you my nigga, you know you my nigga. I always get tickled, pause, on how you think you play it off like it's a basketball play. You step on niggas, you slap the shit out of niggas, you choke the shit out of niggas, pause, and you be like it's all basketball related. You know we can see you, right, my nigga? you know we can see you, man. But if you say that shit basketball related, it's basketball related, man. But I think the more the story is on the comment, that's the correct thing for Golden State to say because there's nothing else you can say.
I want to know, like, really, what's going on in his brain on that last incident where he turned around? Did he really think he was just like a flop play? Like,
he said homeboy was grabbing his jersey. I looked at it. Homeboy snagged it a little bit, but it didn't come for all that.
But what happened to smacking his hand off?
Yeah, I agree. I'm totally agreed with you.
I guess he's saying his head is a part of the ball. You going for a layup, nigga, hit you. Why are you? Your hand is a part of the ball.
Absolutely. Listen.
Yo, your face is a part of the ball now.
As much as I fuck with Draymond, I'm trying to justify the last thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because look, man, listen. I might see Draymond this weekend. I don't got time for that shit, man. Yeah. I really don't, man. Draymond, my nigga, though. Real talk, but on some G shit,
Draymond choke a nigga like this and say he's going for the ball.
Draymond, my nigga, but I can't see how that last one was basketball related.
He's taking this Pistons bad boy thing too far.
Yeah, he from Michigan.
Yeah, this is like when you tell a nigga like, yo, you kind of remind me of Tupac a little bit as a rapper. Niggas always lose their mind.
Yeah, now he go stab a nigga tonight. Yeah, I dig that.
So after the slap, Nurkic's comments is actually going viral because everybody's like, okay, so how did he feel about it? He said, what's going on with him? I don't know. Personally, I feel like that brother needed help. I'm glad he didn't try to choke me. So...
Isn't he way taller than Draymond?
Well, so was Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Yo, he slapped him and he fell on the floor like this, like
Listen,
covering the side of his eye.
Because the whole shit is this murder. But what you got to realize is this.
These niggas is different.
They got slap competition knocking niggas out. If you're not expecting a slap to come for us, like, it isn't like they was right, like he expected that. I can say, listen, I ain't going to do that.
These niggas from overseas killing. These niggas supposed to be tougher than this.
I ain't going to knock Nurkic because
Where's Nurkic from?
He's from overseas.
It sound like Russia or something.
The point being is,
ain't no way he's supposed to let him slap him.
If a Draymond's strong, if you come in on the swivel and you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's happening. Cool, I dig what you're saying too.
His reaction is supposed to be slap, punch, punch, punch.
I'm mad
My
at that.
bad.
Yeah.
And break it up.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Don't you ever, nigga. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
This nigga was on the floor like he had a pillow on his face. I said, what's going on?
Yeah. I ain't knocking it, man.
Okay. So also on the topic of basketball, Trae Young said the Hawks would have won the 2021 championship if he didn't get hurt. Do you think that's true?
Trae Young had COVID. If he think that team would have won the championship, he probably had COVID. They say COVID do something to your brain a little bit. I don't know. I never had it, allegedly. You thought the Hawks were going to win the championship? That's wild.
Okay.
That's wild. I don't know about that one. What do you think? The championship? Maybe they could have. I take that back. If they would have beat the Bucks, they would have played against the Suns. You had COVID, nigga.
I'm going with your first answer.
Yeah.
You know they wouldn't have won no
Yeah,
motherfucking
COVID.
championship. Yeah. Listen, man, what I will say is your confidence is crazy. But
he might be from Harlem. That nigga might be from Harlem. Nigga said he could have won the championship.
Yeah, that's how Harlem niggas
That's
is.
Harlem
We be
nigga for
delusional
you.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Thinking niggas, yo, Trae Young, no, you wouldn't have won the championship. I tell you straight up, no. You could have stayed healthy. You could have been on steroids, nigga. Y'all wouldn't have won the championship. It's just that simple. I know you're saying this now because niggas is talking about trading niggas. Niggas is not playing good. So he's trying to do that to remind niggas.
We did have a glory time.
We had a minute, but we could have.
Yeah.
If I didn't get hurt, we would have won the chip because you don't know what rumors are circulating around the Atlanta Hawks locker room or front office right now. It could be anything. Them niggas is playing so bad, you don't know what the rumblings are. Grant Hill, maybe we'll give you a call and you can give us some insight on what's going on down there. You know, shout out to Grant Hill. He gave us also, he's also somebody who gave us a bunch of invitations to come down and watch the Hawks play as well, as he has some part of the Hawks ownership, I believe. But no, Trae Young, y'all wouldn't have won the championship. I'm not even going to make this a topic, no.
Nice Trae wouldn't have won a chip?
No, Mase. Why you ain't doing nothing now? Why they, who they had that year that they had? They had Collins. I don't know if Collins isn't there anymore.
They had Capella. I think that's the...
Capella's not there? Capella's still there.
Still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't have won no chip.
You wouldn't have won.
And you got...
Because they got Murray now.
Basically, what I took, that may be a shot at Murray before you got here. Shit was all right.
Yeah, because what's the white boy name that was playing the two guard? He was doing work too.
For Atlanta?
Yeah, Brogdon or something.
I know you're talking about he was good.
He was really good.
Okay. Real quick to backtrack on the Draymond conversation, because more comments are being made, so we got to react to them. Swaggy P went on Undisputed with Skip Bayless and talked about the slap. He said he's more of a cheap shot guy, but he tends to do that to a lot of Europeans. He's messing with nothing but foreigners. He had a lot of UFC in him. Do you agree with the comments he made? And then how do you feel about him sharing that on Undisputed?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but hold
Basically.
on, before we get, I want you to go first.
Yeah.
Skip, how many niggas you gonna take off the street? Shout out to Swaggy P. No disrespect, Swaggy.
Yeah.
He was on our show. You know, Swag is my nigga. But this is screaming desperation. Bubba Dub, shout out to Bubba Dub, Yellow Beezy, Swaggy P. I thought you hired Lil Wayne and Michael Irvin and
sorry, the college announcements on Undisputed, that was here first. I just got to put that out there.
Word to
Skip
mother.
them foul out. Skip them foul out.
Yo, fam, y'all niggas are doing college announcements after we do the college announcement. Shout out to Deion Sanders.
Yo,
you know
Skip, look, Skip. Copy, give me a close-up. Pause. Skip, get my tattoo. It'll go better.
Yeah, what's your
Since
tattoo
you
case that people
following
can't
niggas.
see?
I don't even know. Just follow it, Skip. Write something on your forearm.
Yeah.
Wear a bandana.
Yeah, anything. But yeah, that's a fact. We do the college announcements. You do college announcements. Oh, the original cash you're hiring isn't working? Who's hot on in that? And listen, man, I like Skip because he keeps it culture, but this season is screaming desperation. No disrespect to nobody on the show. Everybody that I named is my niggas, from Lil Wayne to Yellow Beezy to Bubba Dub, everybody. But Skip is scrambling. Skip is scrambling. Shout out to Swaggy P, but Murder, go ahead. I'll chime in after you was going to say what you said.
That's it. Like, thinking about it, I was thinking the exact thing. I know Swaggy might be from Compton or something, so that's it. That's a worldwide hood view that, bro, you doing that to niggas that won't do nothing. I mean, but I don't know in the NBA who would do something at this point.
Let's think about it.
Yeah.
I think LeBron ain't having that. Who else you got? Who would be? Who do you think is going to stand up to Draymond Green? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I seen a nigga in the comments when we posted it on the Is What It Is page. Nigga said, "Let's jump him, Smokey voice." Like it's like right now.
I think Brooks will respond, even though he's not a good player.
Brooks who?
He's not a
Dylan
great
Brooks.
player.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
I think he a lot of gaffle. I think he knows how to sell it. My opinion.
Randall, he wouldn't have slapped Randall, Julius Randall.
Randall look like he'll say something. This
Yeah,
is
see,
crazy
that's what I'm
that
saying.
we have to really think about
you
somebody
gotta
going to
think
stand
about
up.
who would stand up for themselves.
That's crazy. Because if this was the 90s, everybody would, or early 2000s. And I hate to keep bringing up the 90s or 2000s, but it's such a disparity in play and people's attitude.
Who would he slap and get an instant response from?
Right. Look, we was talking about Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is 7'1", 7 feet, 7'1". He like not only choke him and drag him. You ain't trying to get a nigga off you, my nigga? That's minimum for nigga. Rudy was like, my nigga, you
He
7'1".
wouldn't do that to Joker, though.
Joker
is fine.
Even if he tried, Joker got two big brothers paws that be in the fucking crowd. I see them niggas jump out. Them niggas come out. There's 3 7-foot niggas out
Oh,
there.
that's crazy that it's a whole NBA and we were not able to name one person. So everybody that's watching this, go in the chat right now and write who Draymond would not do that to.
Yeah, that's
we want to see that.
That's a
list.
great question.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, also speaking of the 90s and 2000s basketball, the Chicago Bulls announced their inaugural Ring of Honor class. It headlines Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman, which is a very anticipated reunion. Charles Barkley reacted and said, "You talk about weirdest, uncomfortable. Uncomfortable won't even do it justice. I can't wait to go to this." So how do you think it'll go?
Yeah.
Amigo?
Yeah, I knew it was crazy because they put Pippen name down at the bottom so it wasn't closed by mice. And hopefully that's the seating arrangement. But I know this is gonna be crazy. Imagine you go to a ring ceremony I'm just tired of talking about it.
Barkley said it all because you know why? You got your baby mom there with the other nigga who getting in and getting his ring, inauguration, however you want to say it, with his son.
Yeah.
At the ceremony. So now.
And knowing these niggas, Marcus will try to propose there. They all get a ring. It'd be a ring ceremony for everybody.
Yo, fam. That's what type of everything. Since we talking about rings,
I felt moved.
Yeah, I felt moved.
Why they talking about rings?
Yeah, fam. That'd be hilarious if that nigga proposes at the ring ceremony and says, where else would be a better place to do it at? That'd be fucking hilarious.
And they have Horace Grant on the list, which is crazy, but I thought about it. The nigga did switch up. Remember he went to Orlando?
Yeah, and they said that he was leaking bad info when that Last Dance shit came out. They said that he was the one telling information to the reporters about Mike and them. He's like, it wasn't me. He tried to defend himself. They're like, we know it was you, Horace.
Did bad.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued to see if what Mase said is gonna happen.
Yeah, if he lunge and crack the box like this, it'd be crazy.
I could just see Scotty and Mike together looking at both of them like this.
Yeah, they might both agree on that. That'd be the first time they back in agreement.
Yeah, man. We'll see what happens because you know why? Whoever put this together right now is a sucker too. Yeah, y'all could have been did the ring inauguration. It been 30 years since they motherfucking won now. Now with all this shit going on outside in their personal lives, this the year y'all want to do the ring inauguration. Because it's what they be like, oh, it's 30 years. It been 30 years last year when they won the 92 championship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it seems like the Bucks got revenge, beating the Pacers 140-126. Giannis dropped 64 points. How do you feel about the Bucks win?
It's a few things.
64.
First of all, I'm more intrigued about the fight after the game. You know, the nigga, I don't know what happened with him and Halliburton. He's beefing with the Pacers. One of the assistant coaches poked Halliburton in the chest. And 64-14 is ridiculous. What I think it happened is, my personal opinion, it's a few things that I'll say. Giannis didn't know that in-season tournament was going to start getting that much hype on the build-up.
Yeah.
And the Pacers beat them, and he hit a nigga with Dame time.
Yeah.
So Giannis was like, you know what? I'm tired of trying to figure it out with the new system with Damian Lillard. And they're not saying he doesn't trust Damian.
I'm just going to do what I do.
I got to go do what I got to do. And I don't like these niggas because they were in the championship that we were supposed to be in. So he went crazy tonight. He dropped over 60 points, 14 rebounds, and wanted to fight after the game.
Yeah, so and nobody protected him.
Yeah, exactly. So they wanted to fight after the game. 64, and poking Halliburton in the chest like this, meet me in the back, pause. I like that, Giannis. I like that a lot. And I see where you're frustrated.
I can respect that.
Yeah, I respect this two things. I respect it because the ultimate goal is to win a championship. But this was pent up frustration because now LeBron is getting more accolades and more credit to where it could have all went towards Giannis. And after he's seen it, look, we all didn't know that the NBA in-season tournament was going to end up being that much hype.
Right.
Yeah.
When they got to that Final Four, when they got out to Vegas, that shit got elevated. That shit was like lit.
Y'all not taking this serious. This is serious. This is happening.
Exactly. And I think them young boys were showing off, and Giannis missed out on the opportunity, and he tried to make up for it tonight. I'll say this, it's a little bit too late for that, but you have plenty of time to win the championship, still go for league MVP, and show niggas you ain't nothing to be played with.
It seems like there's a lot of built-up tension in a lot of players, though, so we're seeing it on the court, and I feel like
the way Giannis looked tonight, don't look like Draymond should slap Giannis. That nigga looks strong.
Facts.
Yeah, he slapped Giannis, both of him and his brothers on the same team. That'd be a bad idea.
I don't know if you've seen the footage, but Giannis' brother, they had to hold him back
Yeah.
He was trying to get on the court. They say he had to hold him back. Big Church said he got to be stopped, man.
Yeah.
nigga Church said if he get fined, that's his whole salary.
Yeah, that nigga gotta chill out.
Yeah, chill.
Thanks. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
2 Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.